Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you've been well. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between the shadow and sun in my face. Freedom Tremor update. I think this is the third official update, basically, maybe fourth, I'm not sure. So this video, I'm gonna be talking about some of the new stuff that is on the truck now that you can see, talking about why it's on there. Also, this is probably very close to the final iteration of the build. So this is probably how you see it now. This is the truck that we're giving away. I'm pretty sure. Maybe like a tiny little tweak or something, but this is probably the truck that we're giving away. So also the raffle is coming up. So I'm looking for an artist or graphic designer to design a t-shirt. I'll talk more about that in a second. And the date is official. January 2nd is when the raffle will officially be open, and you'll be able to buy some stuff or donate or whatever and get entries to win this truck. And then we're giving it away in February. So to backtrack just a little bit, this truck, the Freedom Tremor, this is an F-250 Tremor that's done up to be basically the ultimate adventure rig. So it's a collaboration between Diamondback Covers and myself. They wanted to do something cool, and so they bought this truck. And I've basically built it up with their help, with a bunch of other sponsors' helps, which we'll talk about. And the idea was kind of over the course of a year, build up this truck, use this truck, take it on some cool adventures, maybe take it to a cool shows. So we've been to a couple Overland expos with it. We were just at SEMA with it. So this is the SEMA truck as well. It's been in a couple magazines now. Sweet. It's a pretty successful year for the truck as well. But really the biggest, most awesome success point is that all the money that we're going to be raising through this raffle is going towards this charity called A21, which is an anti-human trafficking charity. A representative of A21 actually flew out here to Colorado to hang out with me for a little bit so I could just kind of ask them more about the organization and what they do and all of that. So we took a little ride in the Tremor and talked all things human trafficking in A21. So that's a video that I'm gonna be releasing soon as well to give you just a little bit more information on where all this money's gonna be going that we're raising. Sweet, like so much good stuff has happened through this Diamondback LLOD collaboration. One thing I'm looking for that I thought would be cool, and Diamondback really, I think, made the idea, but we're looking for a t-shirt design. So step back one more second. There's gonna be multiple ways to enter this giveaway. I think it's gonna be like you can buy like a Diamondback cover and that'll like get you some tickets, or you can buy some merch, or you could just donate. So I designed a little patch, a little PVC patch. I've made them for a lot of my other rigs. They're really popular, people love them. So I just got done designing the one for this truck. So you're gonna be able to buy the patch, and you're probably gonna be able to buy a few t-shirts. One of the t-shirts, this is where you come in. If you are artistic or a graphic designer or whatever, we thought it'd be cool to incorporate a subscriber, viewer, fan, whatever you wanna call it, to kind of design a t-shirt for us. So I don't know, I'm sure some of you are artistic, or maybe you have a friend that's artistic or whatever, but we're basically looking for a design that incorporates the Freedom Tremor, maybe has elements of adventure, obviously, and maybe like the cause, A21, kind of anti-human trafficking. I don't really know, I'm not that creative. That's kind of where you come in. So if that sounds interesting to you, Diamondback set up an email. Probably my friend there, Andy's gonna be kind of handling much of this, maybe somebody else, but can send an email to art@diamondbackcovers.com. I'll put it right here as well as down in the video description below. And tell them, hey, I'm interested in making a t-shirt for the Freedom Tremor. And we'll talk more about how that kind of works, and Diamondback will take care of you with a nice care package. But also, obviously this is a big charity event, so you can have some awesome feelings of, hey, I designed that t-shirt for this huge charity, cool, sweet. So yeah, that's that. So the truck, it's pretty cool, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big truck. And I love it. I'm gonna miss this truck so much. It's been a joy. I've had a lot of people ask me, so are you gonna get a Super Duty now? Or are you gonna blah, blah, blah? I don't know. I really want to. Like, I really like this truck, and I think you guys are gonna too. So let's go over, you can watch Build Update 1 and 2. I have a whole playlist. I'll link it up here as well, or here, whichever corner it is. And you can find out more information on the truck. But I'm gonna grab the camera off and kind of show you some of the more recent updates that we got done to it. So a lot of this stuff has been on the truck for a while, honestly. Multicam black wrap, front runner roof rack, KC highlights all around, BFG KM3 39-inch tires, Black Rhino Abrams wheels, the Fab 4's fenders that allows you to fit all that, the Fab 4 front bumper, Diamondback, iCamper, some other stuff, cargo ease, bed slides, 67 designs, a couple things inside. But one of the big things that's been missing is a winch. So actually 4-Wheel Parts and Smittybilt got wind of this, and they basically said, like, whatever you need for the truck, man, we'd love to be a part of it. And I was like, you know what? I need a winch. And this conversation happened months and months and months ago, and I just failed at following up. The winch was actually sitting at a 4-Wheel Parts for me for months. But we put the winch on, and what I wanted to do also was lift the front end a little bit. It had a huge amount of rake in it, which I normally don't mind, but it just looked kind of funky. So the front was about 3 inches lower than the rear. So 4-Wheel Parts also put a 2.5-inch leveling kit in here, which really makes the truck look complete. I think it just looked a little too low on the front before. So huge shout out to 4-Wheel Parts for hooking that up. So this is actually Smittybilt's latest and greatest winch. It's a 12,000 pound winch. It's the XRC Gen 3, all weather resistant, synthetic, everything. Just a beast of a winch that we got in here. I'll probably ditch the hook and put on a Factor 55 Ultra hook on here. But basically the front end now is complete, and it's mean and it's functional. So adding a little bit more weight to the front, dip that a little bit even more. Sorry, I got paint all over my hands. So we put the spacer lift in, and it rides really nice, honestly. And the idea behind the suspension, a lot of people wanted me to like go crazy on the suspension. I kind of wanted to leave it relatively stock so it would keep like all the payload rating and just, it'd be dialed. There's a bunch of stuff you can do for the suspension, but it's really specific to what you want to do with the truck. If you win this truck and you want to tow with it or whatever, the factory suspension is going to be great for that. You might want to put some airbags in or something, but I kind of wanted to keep it broadly accepted. So we just went with a little leveling kit, so all your factory stuff is intact. Around back here, this is a Yakima system, and this is a new product for the Diamondbacks. So this was actually we're testing some prototypes on this truck, the new rack system. So this rack system brings the tent a little taller to where it's almost still in line with that top front runner roof rack now, a little bit lower still. But there's actually opens up a bunch of area here, so it's kind of nice because the view out the back window is almost unobstructed. So I kind of, at some point, wanted to figure out some cool stuff to put here, but I don't think that's going to happen yet. We also mounted a Yakima road shower, so this is a pressurized water system up here that basically can use to shower or wash off dishes or whatever, and it's black, so it'll kind of heat up a little bit from the sun, and it auto pressurizes when you fill it with a garden hose to have like regular hose pressure, but it also has a little chuck on top that you could pressurize it and just fill it through the top port as well. I mounted a Max Trax here. This isn't one of my proudest moments. I wanted to get him. This is a set of Extremes displayed for Overland Expo, and there's really no good solution. So I drilled a hole and put these through here. Super stable setup, but there are some holes in there now. Other side, just put this shovel over here. I probably won't include this shovel, but maybe. It's old and beat up, but it's just a shovel I had lying around. And then we got the iCamper Skycamp up top. And so the back's basically level with the back, a little bit of room up front here as well. So that's kind of what's new going on the rack system. And then what's new going on back here, a lot of people ask me about the Pennsylvania plate. It's because Diamondback they're headquartered, and they build their covers in the USA in Pennsylvania. So this is their truck technically, so that's the Pennsylvania plate. But we have a giant spare tire here. So a 39-inch spare tire will no longer fit up under there. So we needed a place to put it. And Rigged, also a made in US product, they hooked it up, so they sent this out. This is a Ultraswing Mega Fit. So I was in talks with them for a long time, and they finally got this one produced and sent out. So let me show you it real quick. It's very cool. I'll link to all this stuff down below. So this is the primary latch here, and I think you can get different grips and stuff. This is a really nice grip. So that opens up. There's a secondary safety latch, which they highly recommend you using. It's just, I don't know if I can film it. It's easy to get to, but it's this pin that you pull. And then this will swing out. It'll swing out kind of as far as you want it to go. This pin, if you need to, can be dropped in here to kind of lock it in a position, but kind of the friction holds it pretty well. But that is one heavy tire on there. And I've actually used it. It's cool because they have two hitches basically. This is for accessories, so you put your bike rack or whatever in this, and then you maintain your main towing hitch. This one has a maximum towing of 10,000 when you're using that setup. So very cool. And then you gain a table here. So this is another Rigged product. There's basically behind here, you can mount a bunch of stuff, roto packs and whatnot, and you can actually get a side mount, so you can add even more accessories on here, but this is a pretty, with a 39-inch spare and the pretty heavy wheels, this is a pretty heavy setup, so I don't want to do much more than this, especially when I'm using it with like a bike rack and an e-bike or something. But this table is super nice here. This will fold out, and then there's also a cutting board that slides out. So you basically have an extra large table surface. And I like this because it's basically an extension of your workspace. So very cool setup from Rigged. Huge shout out for them. Another awesome made in America product. Again, I'll link to all this stuff down below. And I think that's it as far as the updates. I just bought some hay for the chickens. It's winter now, so this is the cargo ease, which I've been loving this thing. I've been loving this thing as well. So this truck is just, man. It is such a nice truck. I mean, I love driving this thing. For those that are asking, I have a lot of people that are like, oh, you've had this truck for so long, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the idea was to have it for about a year total. So it has 12,000 miles on it right now, but that's pretty much all highway miles, honestly. That's from when Talon drove it out from Pennsylvania here, from driving it down to Arizona to get a bunch of the stuff put on, driving down to Arizona again, driving it out to Utah a couple times, and then driving it out to SEMA. So actually not a ton of miles on this thing, and there's not going to be a ton more put on it. I only mention that to say I've logged a lot of miles on this truck, and it's a dream. It's a dream to drive. I really going to miss this truck. Basically have had zero issues, not a single issue with it. Just got the oil change done at 10K, but this thing's been a dream. It's been an absolute dream. Really excited to raise all this money for the charity. Sad to see the truck go, but I cannot wait to see who wins it, and hopefully they put it through some awesome adventures. So yeah, don't forget, if you're a graphic designer, artist, whatever, art at diamondbackcovers.com. Maybe you will design the t-shirt for the raffle. That'd be really cool. I'd love to see that. Again, giving the truck away in February. I personally will be giving the truck away. I think we're gonna do it out on the East Coast, probably maybe at Diamondback headquarters. I'm not really sure. There's still some details that we have to figure out. But name of the game is raffles opening up January 2nd. Go to freedomtremor.com, get signed up for that newsletter. all the money's going towards A21, which is an incredible charity. The more I find out about them, I thought they were great at the start. The more I find out, the more awesome they get. And you could win this truck. You could win it. You could own it. So depending on how well this goes, maybe I'll try and do some more cool humanitarian type, really cool truck build giveaway things in the future. I don't know. It's kind of all a matter of how well this goes, how you guys seem to like it, but it's been a fun project. Huge thank you to all the partners involved. I will put a full comprehensive build list of this truck out there. I'll make a little page on my website. I haven't done it yet. I was kind of waiting for some things to be finalized, and there's some parts that were changing around and stuff. So now that the truck is pretty much final, I'll put that together because I've had a lot of people hit me up because they're building similar trucks, or they're like, oh man, I've never seen a Ford done up like that. Like what rack system are you using or whatever? So I'll put a big build list together. So yeah, but it's been a blast. Everyone that knows me, and probably a bunch of people that don't know me, know that I love this truck. So it's been a great project for me. Thank you guys for following along. Again, not quite done yet. I'm probably going to take it out camping this weekend. So probably going to do a weekender lander with it. And then maybe there'll be a couple other things, but my time with it is winding down, but that just means somebody else's time with it will just be starting. Okay, weird way to end. But until next time, guys, take care.